Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. When I came back, I was showing you guys all my little golden books. You can kind of see them off to the edge of the camera here and up here in the corner. I have been, since I saw you, breaking down books. So this little stack I had of Happy Day books, and it had one of these Ding Dong school books in it, which I didn't realize, but apparently this was a TV show it was a TV show. Anyway, this one is unique in the fact that, first of all, it had 4 rusty staples in it that I had a fit getting out. Hence the torn strip there that came off the back cover here. This one's going to need repair, or I'm going to have to take it off and cut the book down. Now, the nice thing about it is the reason that a lot of people try and preserve the width of a little golden book or a Happy Day book, this is because to cut these, you have to do one of 2 things. You either have to take something off over here, which is going to cut into your picture more than likely, or you have to cut where it's folded, which means they're not folded folio pages for your signatures anymore, and you have to find a way to connect them. So a lot of people try to preserve, or they cut them off. Some people cut them off. I like to try and preserve. This book is a little bit different. Not that this is what the whole video is going to be about, but I thought I would share. If you find any of these Rand McNally books, it's Rand McNally, Ding Dong School, and you want to make these into a journal like you do the little golden books. These ones are not, these aren't folded folios. They're individual pages. So that's a new issue that I'm going to have to deal with. But what it does is, because this whole strip is tucked between here, there's nothing on it. So I can cut these pages short, and I don't have to worry about trying to repair this where this came off. I can get rid of this, and I can make my book here, and I can cut all that off, right? And I can make my spine here instead of out here, if that makes sense to anybody. I just thought I would share. Yeah, these Rand McNally books are not folded folio pages. They are individual, all stapled together, which might be why they put 4 staples in it instead of 2. I don't know. But anyway, so I took these, and they're still in their little groups. My thought behind what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to take one of these binder clips, right? And we're going to clip the book all together, all the pieces. All right. And I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to stick it back here in the open pocket. Okay. I can see the book through the back, right? In this pocket, I'm going to put any pages or ephemera or papers or borders or whatever that I want to go with this book kit in this pocket. And then I'm going to snap it shut. And there I have a book kit ready to go. I can just grab it and work on this journal. So that's my goal, is to turn all of these golden books into little kits like this that I can just grab and work on. Having said that, the ones I'm working on at the moment, as you can see, very Christmassy here. I didn't do any Christmas journals this year. I did make Christmas journal kits. I folded scrapbook paper into pages. I did it based on the pad they were in. I gave each one some of the tag pages and all of that. So these are kits. They came from these pads. See, I still have paper left over. So what I thought I would do to start is set my kits aside, get the leftover pads, and we could go through. I have the other stack of books that I have broken down. So is my Christmas ones. Okay. So I thought maybe we could start putting papers with books, and we can kind of just go through and do this, and I'll talk, and who knows? So this is a kit. This is a kit. Now, the other thing I did was I did put all of the tags and strips and cards in the kits. So if I decide that I want to put any of those in here, which I probably will, I'll get them out of the kits that I made, because I'm probably going to want to put some of them in there. I'm going to set the kits aside. Those kits are so that I can make Christmas, like if I make a Christmas journal kit on my computer, a digital kit, I can do with those kits. All this leftover Christmas paper, we're going to do these kits. Now, the Jingle Bells is the one I have 2 of, so I'm going to kind of set it aside, maybe do it last, because my thought is I will put those in the same box. I'll need twice as much paper for that one, and yada yada. Unless I decide, although I did discover, this cover is messed up. So what might end up happening is this gets flipped over and used for a general journal, and I cover it, and then these pages get used for ephemera in this one. I haven't decided yet, so we're going to set that one to the side. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see what we have as far as, this is the Christmas Bunny. This was originally published as the Belligerent Bunny. So I don't know how you want to take that, but now see, some of these pictures, like I wouldn't put paper between those. Like a, like a signature page. I wouldn't fold a signature page in there. So let's look. Okay, so not all the pictures are like that. So let's see what we might want to put in with, I'm thinking this paper, actually. Can you guys see? There's a lot of green. I also have to find out whether or not, I'm pretty sure these are, yeah, these are 13 1/4. So if I go ahead and fold this in half, I do not have to decide on pockets or anything like that. I can just fold it in half and move along. And since the idea isn't to add all scrapbook paper as my pages, I might put like 2 or 3 in per signature. Okay, so maybe one like that there. And then this would be the signature center. And then there's only 3 pages in here. And then the green page would be coming out the other side. I would have to decide whether or not I wanted to make something to go in that center. I like this plaid. Ooh, trees. You know what? We're going to take this out. And I'm thinking like a small page. Something that would go... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fold it, but it might get cut into a smaller piece. And then I can make cards or tags or something out of the rest. Or pockets or, whatever. Okay, so that's another piece for this book. Okay. And I do like the plaid. Let's go to the next signature and see, because that's where the green will come out. And we decided not to stick one there because it would cut Santa off from his feet. So this picture is not really something that lends itself to, yeah. All right, so that's that first signature, right? I know I'm out of practice, guys. Can you tell? Wait. Did I not split these? It's not, it's picking up the other signature. There. What the heck? Okay. Interesting. So that's where these two would come together. Oh, the other thing I could do is like a cover. And it all doesn't have to be out of the same pad, but this art kind of goes the same. It kind of goes for me. So let's look at this one. This one might have something in it I want to use. Is it just white paper? Oh no, it's got stars up here. I was like, what? Okay, that's kind of big. I don't think. Yeah, that's kind of big. So I won't be using that. But I kind of like the plaids. Was there a red one of the same plaid in here? Okay, no, but I want to see something real quick. I know there's a lot on my desk and I'm working in a small space because I'm surrounded by little golden books. This plaid and this plaid. Okay, now the idea here would be that these would be signature covers almost. Like, so you... Although I will say, if I remember correctly, little golden books are... The pages are wider. Yeah. So anything I do is going to peek out unless I put some sort of page edge on there. See my mouse? Anyway, so but these are all good places for, like if I have this as a cover for the page, the signature goes like that. And then the first signature would go in this one. And I haven't decided if these are going to have more than 2 signatures. So when you got to the signature break, you'd have the 2 plaids next to each other. Which will probably get broken up with some sort of decoration. Don't get me wrong. But that's what that would look like. I have not decided if I'm going to try to make 3 signatures out of these. When I did my first and only little golden book journal, and not that I've learned how to not do this, but it was really fat. And I ended up having to pull the center signature that didn't have any story in it because it just wouldn't fit. I mean, it's fat. It's huge as it is sitting on a shelf. And it only has 2 signatures. So I want to be careful. I'm trying to be restrained. Ha ha. Okay. So anyway. So that was our first. And we're going to put these in here as signature covers. The question is whether I'm going to remember all of this when I get around to making it. Okay, we'll open this up. This can be divided. So can that. And then here's a signature center. He's hanging eggs on the tree. Easter bunny? Okay, so we can do, let's see what's in the middle here. Is there something that's kind of, oh, what about the lights? There's not something that's like presents. I mean, other than the presents on top of here. Which, I mean, technically I could do. My only issue with this is if I fold this piece of paper, that car is riding into the... Do you guys get what I'm talking about? It's riding into the center instead of out to the outside. And I don't know... Do I have... Let's see, does this one have presents? I just looked in here. My memory is... Oh, there is a red plaid in there. There it is. Is it the same as this, but... Is it just the reverse of this? That's what I wanted. Yeah, that's just the reverse of this. We're going to pull this one out. We're going to swap them. I'm sure I'll be able to use that other plaid somewhere else. But I'm going to swap this out. Okay, So moving right along. Not really, but trying. All right. I want to see. This is kind of the goofy one. But we're going to see if there's any presents in here. See what I mean by... Some of the pictures are just graphic. They're not goofy, but some of them are very goofy. Okay, no presents. Let's go back to the one I like best with this book. And we'll get out... Not that one, not that one. I think I'm going to do the reeds. That was not resignation you heard in my voice. I know it sounded like it. It wasn't. I promise. Okay. So, like this, and then this goes in. And then we turn this page, and we have... I think... This will be the one I leave the scrapbook paper out of on this one. So like the other signature, I'm leaving it out because we don't want to block Santa's feet. Nothing is going to end up going in there unless I attach something to just stick out on the other side, which I might. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I think I'm going to skip this and then put something in the middle. Okay, and I think it might be this. With the same idea that we had before, where I'll make it smaller than... All right, so that's all the scrapbook paper for this kit. So let me move these out of the way. And we'll see. I mean, if depending on how far we get with this, we may only do the one kit, but you'll get an idea of what I'm doing. I don't know. I just thought I would bring you along for the ride since I told you about this idea I had for breaking these books down and show you what I was doing with them. See where that says 99 cents? I got them for 50 cents. I was so excited. I love these little pouches. Okay, anyway. Oh, the kits. I wanted to get... Let's find the one we've been looking through. It's not that one. It's not that one. So it must be this one. Yes, it's this one. I want to get some of the ephemera pages out of here to use in this book. My thought behind this is, remember we were talking about page edges, you could take two of these and fold them in half and then glue them along the edge of the page to extend the page, right? So, I don't know where this folds. Yeah, I don't want it to fold there because I don't want this one folded. The gold is missing right there. I'm sure I have some metallic markers around here somewhere I can fix that with. I took one of those out. Oh, and we'll take one of these out. And then we'll put this kit back together. And that way this book that I used can have some of the ephemera from the pad that matches. One of these days I'll actually learn how to use binder clips. Okay, so this one, now the idea would be to cut it. But I've also seen where people have taken some of these and like folded them down the middle and made them wrap around a page or, you know, like that. And I was thinking about doing that with these. Except I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to try folding along this line right here and hope that it'll fit in, that's horrible folding. And hope that it'll still fit even though it's longer on one side. And it will. I love these pouches. Have I told you guys I love these pouches? Okay, and then this one. Okay. None of them can do this way, because if I do this way, something's going to be upside down. So we're not going to do that. However, I can fold it in the middle, and then whatever I decide to put together as wraparounds or pockets or, you know, whatever. Folding it in this spot won't interfere because I'm going to have to cut there anyway. Right? I feel like I need a bone folder. I feel like I'm folding these and they're not. It might have to do with the fact that I'm crowded and folding on top of books, but, you know. Okay, so we're going to stick this in here. Okay, and then we're going to clip the book. This book is going to require some repairs. The cover is actually damaged, and I haven't decided what to do about that. But, I mean, it's up in the presents, so if I wanted to, I could stick like maybe a poinsettia or something there. Whatever my spine cover is will end up covering some of that up because I do like to do the cloth spines. I try not to cover the title if I can, but we'll have to see how that goes. Let me get a clip. These clips and I are not friends. Sometimes. Okay. And that gets snapped closed. This goes back here so that I can see it and I know what book it is. Okay. The other thing that's really nice about this is I wasn't ready to do, I mean, I had all these little golden books at Christmas, but I wasn't ready to do Christmas journals this year. If I have these ready, I'll at least be able to do these Christmas journals. Okay, now the other thoughts I had about stuff that could go in here would be like, maybe I want to use some green tissue paper, right? So I could tuck some of this in here. Just stick it down in there. I have a whole box of stuff that I set aside that's specifically Christmas that will probably have some stuff that will go in here. But just to give you an idea of some other stuff that I might stick in, I might stick some, because I might take that tissue paper and decoupage it to the back of some of these scrapbook paper pages so that it's not white. I might bring a cup of coffee down here and paint the back of those. Who knows? I also have crispy napkins. I also have Christmas napkins buried in here somewhere. Guys, this is very deceiving. My craft area is not this organized. But anyway, so that's my thought for how I want to put these kits together. Let's look at closing this one because I think that's about all I'm going to do with it for today, but it is ready to go. And I will find other papers and like ledger paper and school paper and let me see something here. I have like this. So I have like this. Maybe I put a sheet of this in here. It's got pink lines on one side, nothing on the other. I also have this kids writing tablet stuff. So I might put some of that in there. Okay. These are all things that I'm going to pull out to put pages in those books. I want to get the basics of the scrapbook paper down first. Number one, because it'll help me clean up some of my scrapbook paper. And number two, it'll give me a starting point for all of these books. So let's look at this one next. This is actually a Disney one, and I didn't notice that when I was separating them, but it's Christmas. So I'm going to let Christmas override Disney. And yeah. And we might, since this is a Disney one and kind of whimsical with all the elves and whatnot, we might use this one. Santa's Toy Shop. I thought maybe this one would be good for Santa's Toy Shop. So now let's see how many pages I've got, because this feels like a thicker signature than the book we just did. So I've got 1, 2, 3. It's not, the pages are just thicker. Okay, so these pages are just, yeah, it's weird. They feel, I mean, you feel them, they feel like a lightweight cardstock almost. Again, with this one, the strips and stuff are over there. Because of the nature of these pages, this is more old-fashioned than this paper, so it might end up getting coffee dyed. The scrapbook paper, I mean. Way up north, let's get, is there a snowflake one in this? Yes. Okay, so we want to do this piece. Telling you, man, I forgot how to do everything. Away from my craft room, away from my camera. I don't have a thingy ready. Just give me a minute. Okay, so that's in between pages 1 and 2. And then here we have, look, she's baking cookies, Mrs. Claus. Look at her go. Gotta love Mrs. Claus. Okay, so we have baking cookies and making toys. Oh, there's not a lot of... Oh. Of course, it helps if you don't skip all the pages. Ooh, baking cookies and making toys. Maybe this. I have to be careful, though. This is lightweight cardstock also, and with those pages being thicker, this book is going to get thick quick. I think we'll put the shiny one here. Okay, now my thought behind this is she's making and baking. The silver reminds me of the stove, and these are the shapes of cookies, not gingerbread men, but cookies. I tore out 2 pieces of paper. See? Told you have to keep an eye on me. Alright, so we'll put this one in here. Okay, and then this is the center, where they are again making toys, because it's Santa's workshop. I don't know that I'll put, I might, you know what I might add to this one? Some old wallpaper. Okay, guys. Ironically, I remember that I cut up a bunch of the Bright's wallpaper book to make accordion books out of, and I have some green left, and I was thinking that maybe it could be folded in, you know, as little. I'll probably trim this one just because of that. I don't know. It depends on what I back it with. If I back it with something and cover up that hole, then I might just decorate this side, and that way I can have the whole length of the piece. And then I have this piece I can use. Same thing here. I can back it with something and cut it. You can cut it. I'd have to straighten it. So I'm thinking I might put these in this kit. And that makes all of this. I also am thinking about, remember how I did the plaids in the other book? I have 2 of these. I have a pink and I have a green. So I'm wondering if I could make these my signature cover sheets. Now, sometimes with little golden books, when you do the front of the thing, see how it has a thing here? Sometimes I like to cut, although, like I said, they do have to have page edge extensions, so I don't know. But sometimes I like to put the page together and then cut a window. So like I might cut an oval window in there so that you can see Santa. right? I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes because I would have to add a page edge to do that because it would be off to this side and it's going to make this section really thin. So I don't want to do anything that will compromise the page. All right, next we will do this one as the outer cover of that signature. And again, this book also has accessory pages over there that I will look at using. So there's going to be a page there. Oh, here we have another continuous picture. So I'm thinking nothing in between these pages. So we'll move here and we have the trees, the tree, and going down the chimney. All right, let's do follow along. What do we think? I like it. These are going to be fun to put together once I get to it. And then this is the center where he's eating cookies. And again, I don't think, yeah, the thing is too big. So even if I wanted to like cut this out and make it a signature center or something, it's too big. All right, let's see. What did I have left? Not that. Not that. The only thing I really have left is the candy stripe. So we're going to leave that go. And maybe wallpaper in the middle of that one as well. Take this and put it back over here. Get the kit. Which is this one. Which, as you can see, has a fun little tag sheet. So we'll have tags. We have strips. Ooh, and we have 2 from cards. Okay. Let's put the kit back together. This is a piece of book fly paper. It was bright red, so I figured, what the heck? Okay. So now let's just figure out how we can... This isn't in half, but... It'll be close, and I can trim the tags and everything to make it all look nice. And again, like this one could be cut like a strip and then folded around something as pockets, which I kind of like that idea. Some of these other ones I'm not sure. Because that's not the same width as this, but it's folded around a page, it doesn't matter. So, we'll see. This we will use. This we will use. So we've got all kinds of strips here. And these can even be cut apart as tickets. I clip the edges, they could be tickets. Okay, and then we have all these tags. Now, a couple things. You could use the tags as tucks. You could glue them on a page as tucks. You could also use the tags as I'm not really sure why that came out like that, but we'll go with it as long as I can fold here. Yeah, that works. I can also use the tags obviously as tags, just stick them in pockets. I could also make a tag booklet. I mean, you could, you know, stick a couple of them together with something and make a little tag booklet out of them to stick in a pocket. So that's all of our stuff for this one. I don't think I have any place I want to use this plaid yet. And I need another. Here we go. See if I can get these stickers off. So anyway, I figure 2 is enough. You guys kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. It is going to be very interesting to do all of these books. I don't know if... I mean, I certainly don't think I have enough of these Christmas... Oh well, that one's not going to come off. I certainly don't think I have enough of these Christmas scrapbook paper things left outside of those other kits that I made back there to make... I mean, I have 4 more books here. And then the Jingle Bells books here. So that's at least 5 more kits. And I don't have 5 more kits worth of paper. So I'll still have to work on these. But I think these ones I'm happy with. Let me get another clip. I think these ones I'm happy with the start. And I'm going to put the book in there. And we're going to put all the little scrapbook paper pieces that we've gathered in here. And there we go. This one gets closed. Now, they do have a limit. I mean, eventually you get to the point where you've got too much in there and it won't snap and it won't close. So, I mean, I'm not going to be able to pack this full of stuff. But I can probably get a few more sheets of paper in there, like the writing tablets and the stuff like that that I want to add. And I'll have these kits ready. And say sometime around... I don't know, end of September, beginning of October, something like that, I can pull them out and start making Christmas journals and maybe actually get some Christmas journals done this year because I didn't do it last year. But, and hopefully I will be seeing you guys again soon. And I hope you enjoyed seeing how my process of going through this. I can bring you back for more to show you what I'm pairing up with some of these other books. I don't know if you want to keep watching me stuff scrapbook paper in envelopes. But that's basically what I'm going to be doing with these. They can also be part of my Pick a Project series because when I pull them and start working on them, they will obviously be one of the projects I've got ongoing. So it will be one of the projects that ends up being worked on in the background. So, you know, I'll bring it in every once in a while and say, hey, this is where this is. Let's do a couple pages like that. But anyway, it's good to be back again, I say, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.